Alright everybody, how we doing today? Ready to hear some more about Julian Assange? It's been a while since I said anything about him. You know, you cover foreign politics, but then you almost never say anything about Assange. It's actually kind of crazy. Anyway, from Ruptly, he says, I can't think properly. Assange disorientated as court rejects delay for extradition proceedings. Stress can often do that to the mind, actually. Stress really can be quite disorientating in the right situation. It can become very confusing, especially if you suffer from Asperger's like I do. Then stress can definitely confuse, like you wouldn't believe. With his supporters rallying outside the court building, Julian Asange showed signs of fatigue in a bid to delay extradition proceedings. Scheduled for next year, the London court ruled against him. Cleanly shaven and dressed in a navy suit, Assange appeared before Westminster Magistrates Court on Monday to seek the postponement of an extradition hearing scheduled for February. His lawyer argued that the U.S. government had attempted to kidnap and cause harm to his client, and that he would need more time to compile evidence for the case. Although Assange raised his fist to supporters in the public gallery, the imprisonment journalist did not appear to be in good form. The WikiLeaks founder reportedly struggled to say his own name and date of birth and held back tears as he told the court that he didn't think properly. As I said, stress and fatigue actually can do that to you. You can paint that as an excuse all you want. Tristan Kirk, a tweet from this guy, Tristan Kirk, he says, Today in court, Julian Assange struggled to say his own name and date of birth as he appeared in the dock. He claimed to have not understood what happened in the case management hearing and was holding back tears as he said, I can't think properly. The court ultimately rejected the proposed delay outside the building. Protesters chanted slogans and held up a giant banner reading, Don't extradite Assange. As though these kinds of protests have ever helped anyone. Historically speaking, there's just no precedent that these things ever help anybody. In a video published by Ruptly, activists can be seen trying to surround a police van believed to be carrying Assange. Officers at the scene rushed to move protesters away from the vehicle. The United States has charged Assange with possession and dissemination of classified information. If found guilty, he could receive up to 175 years in prison. The journalist has been in Washington's crosshairs for more than a decade after WikiLeaks published a video showing the U.S. military attacking journalists and civilians in Iraq in July 2007. That right there, I think, is the real reason why they want to extradite him. Showing damning video footage of the absolute villainy of our government in the past. That's probably what's going on there. Let's face it, we're an empire. We're an evil empire. And I get it that, you know, these people... I understand that there's no historical precedent showing that these sorts of protests have ever helped anyone. They really haven't. But at the same time, I understand that no one really likes that feeling of helplessness. Like you want to help someone, but you can't. You know, you feel powerless. But this is really just an effort to curb that feeling of powerlessness on their part. They want to feel like they're doing something even though they know they're not. And this is the kind of emotionally driven action that I can't appreciate. I can't understand it. I mean, I'm a rationalist. I'm more in touch with my logic center than my emotional center, if that makes any sense. But I think the real reason why they extradited Assange is clearly because he's got the footage showing the United States government doing something truly, truly evil. The government is an authoritarian power. This is not the nation the Founding Fathers wanted on this continent. They wanted the exact opposite. They wanted a more or less libertarian power. They wanted a government that respected the freedoms of individuals both within and without. But our government doesn't do that. It makes all kinds of excuses for new pieces of legislation designed for the sole purpose of controlling people's actions, which is exactly what an authoritarian empire would do. This government is completely reprehensible. And Trump has made some positive changes to the United States government, but not nearly enough. It's like, with Trump, it's like one step forward, two steps back. a lot of the time. That really is what it's like with him half the time. I actually really seriously regret voting for him. I absolutely regret it. If I don't see anyone I like on that ballot this year, I'm just not going to vote. I'm going to abstain. If not one person. Hell, I might even vote for a Green if I decide I liked them. But if I don't see so much as one person, screw it. Forget it. You want to end the American Empire, don't vote. They need your vote to have that power. That's the beauty of democracy. Don't want them to get power? Don't vote. Anyway, free Assange. Peace.